Like and subscribe down below because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 300. Only an instant does this world endure. This is our last lesson from the section titled, What is the Real World? Before we read today's lesson, let's read this section. From paragraph 1, the real world blesses. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses. We are not able to fully move into God's world, be a part of God and all creation, unless we fully forgive first ourselves and then others. Is there anything holding you back from this today? This would be a good time to take a look at that and do your forgiveness work and fully forgive anyone or anything that you are still holding a resentment against. Paragraph 2 says, nothing but rest is there. We will know that we are in the real world when we feel peaceful and at rest. We are only 2 months away completing the workbook of A Course in Miracles. We've learned many strategies for bringing us back to peace, bringing us back to center, and in today's lesson, allowing ourselves to sink into the blue sky of God's peace and love. It is kind, and only kindness does it look upon. When we are in the real world, we only see kindness. Anything that is not from kindness, we're able to just let it go. Let it pass away. It does not need to hurt us. We don't need to get into any kind of attack thoughts. We can just bless and love anyone who might be unkind in any way. The real world signifies the end of time, for its perception makes time purposeless. Today's lesson really captures this. Time means nothing in the real world. Time is an instant and time is eternity. When we live in the moment, when we're truly practicing mindfulness, we will lose all worry about the time that might be passing away or anxiety about needing to get things done. No, we slow ourselves down, we bring ourselves back to center, and we appreciate that we are fully here in the moment. And the last paragraph comes back to forgiveness. That instant is our goal, for it contains the memory of God. And as we look upon a world forgiven, it is He who calls to us and comes to take us home, reminding us of our identity, which our forgiveness has restored to us. Once again, when we practice true forgiveness, we are able to fully rest in the truth of who we are as beautiful, beloved children of God. Let's take a look at today's lesson. Only an instant does this world endure. That's a big idea. It's a hard one for us to wrap our minds around. Sometimes time can seem like it goes on forever, especially if you're sitting in a meeting and some boring person is going on and on and on, and you have no way of politely escaping. Or perhaps having to wait in traffic that's at a standstill. It seems to go on forever. On the other hand, things that we really love and enjoy are an instant, and they seem to go by so very quickly. I always feel kind of sad when it's all over. But what this is saying is that our time here on earth is very brief, it's very short, and it's gone in an instant. Time, according to A Course in Miracles, is very different from the linear time that we as humans perceive. All we actually have is this instant. And when we grasp that idea, everything gets so much easier. We don't have to think about the past. We don't have to worry about the future. That very simple practice will help to relieve us from anxiety and depression. We don't have to be anxious about the future, and we don't have to be depressed about what has already happened. Let's take a look at today's lesson. This is a thought which can be used to say that death and sorrow are the certain lot of all who come here, for their joys are gone before they are possessed or even grasped. Yet this is also the idea that lets no false perception keep us in its hold, nor represent more than a passing cloud upon a sky eternally serene. And it is this serenity we seek, unclouded, obvious, and sure, today. Let's talk about it. This goes back to the two ways of thinking, the ways of the world, the ways of the ego, or the ways of love, the ways of God. The first idea that it presents is death and sorrow are a certain lot to all. Through our human eyes, that certainly is true. We have all lost people that we love, and we will one day leave this earth in bodily form. So in that way, only an instant does this world endure. But the problem with that way of thinking is that we also recognize that our joys are very brief. They're actually gone before we can even possess them. We might get this momentary glimpse of something absolutely wonderful, perhaps holding our brand new grandchild in our arms, or holding our own child in our arms, or holding anyone's brand new child in our arms. That is a joy that is indescribable. I can't think of anything more wonderful than that. And yet even that is transitory. Those gorgeous babies grow up. First they become teenagers, and then they grow up and they have their own lives, as they well should. These joys are gone before we can even fully appreciate them. However, when we look at today's message, only an instant does this world endure, through God's eyes, through the eyes of love, then we see something very different. This allows us to not hold on to the sorrows of this world. This allows us to accept every single moment as being exactly the way that it should be, to not fret or worry about what might come next, but to truly live in the moment. I love the image of the passing cloud upon a serene sky. So let's think of what might be in that cloud. It can be some of our old ideas and perceptions, maybe some of the ideas that we were raised with. Ideas like I'm bad, I'm wrong, I'm guilty, I'm full of shame. I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. That's a cloud, and it's just passing in the sky. Behind that cloud is this incredible blue sky, all brilliant and gorgeous. Let me take a picture of the beautiful Mexican sky to share with you now. This sky is eternally serene. It's gorgeous and it's beautiful. I love when we fly in an airplane and we experience the blue sky, and underneath us we cannot see the earth because all there is cloud. Above the clouds, the sun is shining, so shut your mouth and quit your whining. That's one of my husband's favorite expressions. And it's true. There's no point in grumbling and complaining about the things of this world. That's all our ego thoughts. That is seen through our worldly eyes. Above the cloud, the sun is shining. Those clouds always blow away. The serene blue sky never passes away. It is always there. Let's seek this serenity today. Let's accept that our lives are cloudless, serene, peaceful. I encourage you to just sit quietly for a few moments and allow this lesson to sink into your heart. If you would like to close your eyes, I'll read today's prayer. We seek your holy world today, for we, your loving sons, have lost our way a while, but we have listened to your voice and learned exactly what to do to be restored to heaven and our true identity. And we give thanks today. The world endures but for an instant. We would go beyond that tiny instant to eternity. Let's talk about it. Any time that we catch ourselves caught up in fear and worry, any kind of depression, we know that we're off track. We have lost our way. This prayer is helping us to call out to God, to call out to our higher power, the loving energy that is a part of all of us, and ask to bring us back on track, back into oneness with God and all of creation. We have learned how to do this, how to reach out, how to listen to God's voice, and be restored to our true identity as beloved children of God. When we do this, we are able to go past that tiny instant to eternity. We're allowed to just let that cloud of darkness, fear, and worry just blow it away, and see yourself sinking into the the blue sky of eternity. What a beautiful picture. What a beautiful lesson. Thanks. Today's practice, first thing in the morning, last thing just before we go to sleep, and on the hour, to just stop and remind ourselves. Only an instant does this world endure. Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell someone about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat?
And here, along the pathway leading to the kissing bridge, we have the birds flying in the sky. Somebody's kissing in the window. Over here, oh, more kisses. There we are. And up top, oh, that looks like a naked lady. There was somebody looking out the window, but she disappeared. We're coming from the other way. This is what greets us. And it says up here, El Paseo de Beso, the pass of kisses.
Only an instant does this world endure. I just encourage you to embrace the moment today, to try to live fully present in everything that you do. Have an awesome day, my friends. I love you.